Why, hello there guys, and welcome to the one video that I honestly hoped I would never have to make. What the is wrong with Patong, and is Thai tourism and the retirement dream in Thailand dying, or is it dead? Guys, I gotta tell you something. I got back to Thailand about a month ago. I was away for 2 months, and things have changed so much that I'm honestly thinking about leaving Phuket and heading north or even further south down to Ao Nang or Trang or up to Hua Hin. Man, it's not like it used to be here. And I think there's a bunch of different reasons for that. And in this video, I'm gonna try and touch on every single thing that I see happening here, changing here, stuff that, is killing the whole vibe and tourism here, guys, is dead. I'm going to tell you something. And it's not because of rainy season. We're having one of the best rainy seasons when it comes to the weather. We don't have these crazy floods. We're not having these crazy landslides and stuff. It's beautiful out today. It was beautiful out yesterday. It's going to be fantastic tomorrow. But man, it's changing here. And there's all kinds of different reasons, internal, external factors that are changing everything about not just Phuket, but Thailand. So I know this video is very Phuket centric, but it can be related to any part of Thailand, especially the immigration stuff and the finances and all of this. So let me jump in, guys, and I'm going to tell you the brutal truth about Thailand right now that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, and definitely they're not really sharing on YouTube and social media. So you know me, I never sugarcoat anything. So let's, this is Thailand today, guys. The immigration situation here, when you arrive in Thailand, for a lot of people right now is becoming a scary situation. And nobody knows whether or not they're going to be allowed into the kingdom. They don't know if they're going to be detained in a detention cell and deported back to whatever country they were flying from. It's a really crazy situation. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, if they were on proper visas and stuff, et cetera, et cetera. I fully understand that and I get that. But I think a lot of people need to understand and realize that a lot of countries here in Southeast Asia, they don't have limits on how long you can come into the country or how many times you can come in. You can go to certain countries as many times as you want. You come in and come out. They're never giving you a hard time. It seems to be here for some strange reason, and I cannot understand why. I get the fact that they want to put people on these long-term visas and stuff, be it, the digital nomad visa, the retirement visa, the elite visas and stuff like that. But I can tell you this much, the guys that are coming on tourist visas and stuff, for the most part, they're spending every bit as much money as the guys that are out here on long-term visas, And truth be told, these guys are actually spending more than the guys that are on the simple retirement visa, because the retirement visa is 1,900 baht a year, which works out to be right around 55 US dollars. Well, to get a 30-day extension, it's the same price. So for a guy that's on a tourist visa, he comes, he stays for his 60 days, which hopefully they're not going to change down to 30 days again. But you stay for 60 days, you go, you get an extension, and it's 1,900 baht. So if you're doing that a few times a year, that's extra money that the Thai government is getting. Not only that, a lot of us we're flying out of the country, going to different places. So we're buying airplane tickets that the other guys are not buying. Other people are using the border run system. So, they're giving money to local businesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's gas, there's this, there's that. There's all kinds of benefits to every single person that is here in Thailand. Yes, I fully understand that there are some people here that shouldn't be in Thailand because they can't afford to be. There should be a minimum financial requirement to come here. It doesn't matter if you're coming as a tourist or if you're on a retirement visa. That way we could do away with a lot of these guys that are showing up on social media, that are begging on the streets, that are, trying to find jobs, stealing jobs from local Thai people. You could get away with that if you did have a basic financial minimum requirement for, either a retirement visa or, like I said, for even the tourist visas. there's all kinds of ways around it. I really think they're shooting themselves in the foot trying to push people to retirement visas or a long-term visa, because the other countries around here, they offer almost as much as Thailand does when it comes to beautiful beaches and people and food and experience, history, and you know what a lot of guys are coming over here looking for too. But it's easier. The retirement visas are easier to apply for. The entry into the country is easier. It's not so scary. I mean, look at my buddy Kevin, who got deported out of here really honestly for no reason at all. I mean, he was spending money here. He was, you know, he wasn't a sponge or anything like that. And I mean, it is what it is, guys. The visa situation here, honestly, it's really messed up. And nobody understands these visas. They really don't. This new DTV thing, you can't even get a bank account with it. I mean, what good is a visa, or why would you go to the hassle of getting a visa here in Thailand if you can't get a bank account? A bank account is one of the most important things you can possibly have. And sadly enough now, a lot of bank accounts that guys have are being seized, they're being frozen because, you know, they're not able to get a proper bank account, so they're going and paying visa agents, et cetera, and those accounts are being frozen. Having a bank account here is fantastic because you can pay for stuff. Yes, I fully understand that they have this new app where you can scan pay, but that's a complete and total waste of time, because then you have to get a different app to be able to send money to that bank account, and it's costing you crazy amounts of money just to scan. You may as well carry some baht around with you, guys. Every single place you go to here in Thailand will accept cash. I've never seen a place that doesn't accept cash. Yes, I've seen ones that don't accept credit cards. I've even seen ones that don't accept scans. But I've never seen a place that doesn't accept cash. The problem with that, though, is, again, if you don't have a bank account, and this is another thing where I know a lot of people are complaining about it, and a lot of people are, you know, this is another reason why tourism here is dropping and the retirement numbers are dropping. This whole new thing with the ATM fee going up from 220 baht to 250 baht, that's a 14% increase. So again, now it's costing you 14% more to even get your money. So to me, that's crazy. The only solution I can give you guys for that is stop going to the bank machine and taking out 5,000 or 10,000 baht at a time. Do what I do. If you're going to go to the bank machine, get out the maximum you can get, the 30,000 baht, and learn how to budget it. Because man, if you're a Canadian or Australian, that's $10 every time you go and take money out of a bank machine. And that is crazy. That's absolute craziness. Especially again, if you're going and you're getting out, you know, only 5,000 or 6,000 baht at a time, which I know a lot of guys do, because it's like, oh, if I take out too much, I'm going to spend too much. Learn how to budget. Don't be a, you know, even the DTV visa, you're not allowed to have a bank account. I don't understand what good this visa is. The amount of money that people are going to waste over the course of a year taking money out of their bank accounts is foolish. So yeah, the immigration situation where, you know, you're only allowed to stay so many days, you can only spend so many days a year here. Let's not even get into the whole income tax thing where if you're here after 180 days, and it doesn't have to be consecutive, it's just 180 days throughout the year, you're then deemed a tax resident and you're going to have to pay income tax. Look, if you're someone that's here on a retirement pension or something like that, it's not going to matter to you. If you're someone who is a younger person that's retired, living off of investments and income, you know, it's a massive problem. I don't know what my tax implications are going to be if I spend more than 180 days here. Nobody can tell me for certain. I've watched hundreds of videos about it, and one expert will say this, and then another expert will completely, totally contradict them. So nobody fully knows. And the scary thing is, for someone like myself, I don't want to be made an example of. I don't want to be that guy that all of a sudden Thailand decides that, oh yeah, this guy, we're going to go after him to teach people this is, you know, what's going to happen to you if you spend too much time here and you're making too much money. So this is a really, really a huge concern for me, this damn tax thing. So again, they're making it so that we're only going to be here for 180 days. Well, guess what? That other 180 days, we're going to go spend our money someplace else. So that's a lot of money that Thailand is losing every single year. Do I think there's a solution for it? Make the visas make them easier to get, make them easier to understand. And if Thailand is that worried about getting tax money from people that are coming and making YouTube videos or TikTok videos, create an actual social media visa. Forget this crazy DTV thing where you can come if you're a digital nomad or if you're getting healthcare done. Do you know you can actually go to the dentist and get approved for that visa by going to the dentist and saying you're getting dental work done? Which I could use, to be honest with you. What a bonus for me. But it's just foolish. There's so many different ways. You can do Muay Thai for 5 years or Thai cooking classes for 5. I mean, it's stupid. The qualifications for it are absolutely insane, which is why a lot of guys that are trying to get on this visa, they're paying companies to completely fabricate and give them fraudulent documents so that they can even qualify for it. I think what they should do, listen, all kinds of guys like me would love to be able to come here and stay for a year and come in and out all we want to and never have to worry about it. Sell us a social media visa. Seriously, make it, I don't know, say 12,000 baht a year. That's 1,000 baht a month. We don't have to pay taxes. You get that money up front. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of guys that are coming here doing YouTube and stuff like that, or any type of social media, they're not making that much money. So you're not going to get a whole lot of money from them in taxes. So why make it so complicated and so confusing for people so that they are worried about it? Just charge us a one-time fee every year, and I know all of us would look, I'd gladly pay it. I'd pay it in a heartbeat. I pay $24,000 a year. I wouldn't give a shit. It would just make life so much easier and so much better. And that's going to boost the income, the revenue for Thailand substantially. It's substantially going to increase the revenue. No question at all. You want a simple solution to the immigration problem here and the visa problem? That's one right there, a social media visa. One thing I do want to say really quick about the visa situation here also is that it's not fair. They have different rules for different people. It's like every country isn't treated the same or equally. Did you know that people from Brazil can come here and get a 90-day visa? But I can only get a 60-day visa, and most likely in a few months, they're gonna knock that down to 30 days again. But a guy from Brazil can come here and get a 90-day visa. The Russians used to have 90-day visas. That's changed. I'm not sure what they're getting. But this, to me, to be honest with you, I think is complete bullshit. Everybody should be treated exactly the same. It shouldn't matter what passport you have. The visas should be the same for everyone. And I know that this is causing a lot of animosity, and it's fucking up tourism. It is, no question at all. Again, Thailand is great at shooting itself in the foot, you know, cutting off its nose to spite its face. They make so many mistakes that it's crazy when it comes to stuff that should be so simple. And this whole thing with the visas, honestly, it should be simple. Everybody should be treated the exact same on arrival. No question at all. Bombs. I'm shocked nobody has touched on this one on any YouTube, or these bombs that were planted down here on Phuket a couple of weeks ago. Looking pretty scary. Listen, I don't go to certain countries, even though I would love to go and visit that country, because of extremism. I don't want to go someplace where I'm going to have to worry about, is there a suicide bomber here? Is this going to happen there? And now all of a sudden, we've had bombs planted right down here on Patong Beach beside spots that I come down and enjoy my beers. We had a motorcycle bomb planted at the airport 2 weeks ago. When I was down in Ao Nang, honestly, the day before I was sitting at the big swordfish statue, the day before they found a bomb planted right beside that. Now that one was not a live bomb, it was a dummy bomb, but people are wondering, okay, Are these trial runs? Are they testing to see, okay, can we get these bombs into places without people noticing? Thankfully, none of the bombs detonated, but it's still a scary thing. I'm going to tell you something. It honestly, truly is. So you wonder now, should I go here? Should I go there? I talked to some people just last week about Bangla Road, and they actually brought up these bombs and they said, we're not going down to Bangla Road. We're not going to be in a spot where there's all kinds of people, because they have that fear. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's irrational. It's not fucking irrational. It's why I don't go to a lot of US cities, because I'm actually honestly fearful that I'm going to get caught in some mass shooting. This is the truth, guys. I'm telling you 100%. I've talked to a bunch of different people, even guys that have lived here for decades, and they've told me the same thing. They're not going to be going to certain places right now because they are thinking about this. It's a reality now. Before, there were certain areas down in southern Thailand that everyone told you, look, don't go there because of this, don't go there because of that. You know, it's the extremism. And now all of a sudden it's found its way here to Phuket and down in Ao Nang. And I'm going to tell you something, fucking sucks. That really sucks, because I can honestly tell you, I'm sitting here and I'm consciously thinking about it all the time now. Right? That's the truth. The currency exchange situation here right now is pretty dire, if you want to know the truth, especially if you're an American. Right now, the US greenback is getting hammered by the baht. And look, every currency is getting hammered right now, but especially the US dollar. If you're a Canadian, it sucks. If you're Australian, it sucks. This whole currency situation that we find ourselves in here in Thailand, where the baht is getting stronger and stronger every single day, this is definitely contributing to a lot of people not being able to afford to come to Thailand anymore. I mean, look, it's 13% more expensive right now to come to Thailand than it was exactly a year ago. Prices here haven't gone up 13%. Listen, I'm here having an ice cold beer in Patong Beach. It's 60 baht. Last year, it was 60 baht. My lunch that I had today, I had pad krapao. Last year, it was 60 baht. Today, it was 60 baht. The problem is the damn currency conversion and the strong baht this is really affecting tourism here, and it is affecting people's retirements. Obviously, when it's 13% more expensive to retire today than it was last year, I don't think there's too many people who are getting a 13% return on their investment. Yes, I fully understand if you're in crypto or anything that's crazy volatile like that, yes, you can get these incredible gains. But if you're someone like me who's in a very moderate, low risk index fund and you're living off of dividends, a 13% increase in your cost of living when you're only getting a modest 6 or 7% return, it's not good. And we can't call it inflation because, again, 60 baht last year, 60 baht this year. It's the damn currency conversion, guys. It's the strong baht against the weak US dollar. And again, it's every currency. Thankfully, the Canadian dollar hasn't got hammered as bad as the US dollar, but it's really affecting everybody's ability to come here on a vacation, and it's really affecting the guys who are on a budget looking to retire here on like a pension or investment, because again, it's now 13% more expensive than it was last year. Absolutely crazy. It is what it is. I can't find or think of any way, any solution, any way out of this, just to hope that the Thai government sees the effect that it's having on their tourism as well as their exports. So hopefully they're going to do something about that and, you know, claw the baht back a bit. That's going to make a huge difference. But until then, guys, it is substantially more expensive to vacation or retire, live here right now than it was a year ago. Now, I've talked about this one a lot in the past, and it's so funny because I get some really crazy comments when I touch on the whole two-tier pricing system, where it's a different price for foreigners than it is for Thai people. And I'm not talking about when we go to national parks and stuff, because I truly believe that when it comes to the national parks and stuff, yes, the foreigners should be paying more than the local people, because for the most part, we have more money, but we're also the ones that are going there and enjoying it and seeing it. So our money is what keeps the national parks running. It keeps them being maintained, et cetera, et cetera. The local people should be allowed to go for, if not for free, at least, just a few baht. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is when I go someplace and I want to buy something and I'm charged typically 50% to at least double more than what I should be charged. I have a huge problem with that. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section going, oh, it's really cheap, don't complain about it, blah, 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 blah. To me, it's discrimination. I don't care what anybody says. They're discriminating against me because of the color of my skin, the way that I look, the fact that I'm a foreigner. They're taking advantage of me. And I know this much, if it continues and it keeps going, there's going to be more and more people that refuse to come. As times get tighter and as disposable income shrinks and our vacation dollars or our retirement savings dwindle down because of life, we're going to be very cognizant of where our money goes. And if we keep getting ripped off and scammed every time we turn around, we're going to stop going to that country. Period. That's one of the things I love about Cuba. When you go to Cuba, they don't take advantage of anyone because they fully understand the importance of the tourist and they know how valuable it is to the economy. Yet here it happens all the time. I can go and get a simple meal somewhere and they try to charge me double what they're charging somebody else. And it's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. It's discrimination. It's bullshit. And it definitely affects people coming here and it affects the attitude that people have here. It 100% does. Now, this is one I really don't want to talk about, but I have to touch on it because it has been affecting me, especially down here on Phuket. And I'm not sure what it's like in the rest of Thailand, but I can tell you this much. Down here on Phuket, it doesn't feel like the land of smiles anymore. As a matter of fact, I got here about a month ago and I couldn't wait to get off the island. I wanted to go someplace else and see what the vibe was because I can tell you this much, here on Phuket right now, the vibe is really, really low. It's shitty. People are just not as friendly as they once were. And I'm not sure if that's, I don't know if they're just tired of us Farangs, us foreigners, or us expats, or if the financial situation and the economic trouble that they're having is creating this feeling of animosity. The best example I can give you for this, guys, is I go out for a walk every single morning and all of the massage girls along the way, they all know me. They all joke with me, they flirt with me, they have fun with me because they know that I'm not coming in for a happy massage. They know that I go to a certain massage shop that's the one that I like. It's perfect for me, but they still flirt with me. They have fun with me. They laugh, they joke. But I've noticed the new girls that are here, the ones that don't know me, like the ones that just arrived in the last month or so, quite honest, they're not funny, they're not friendly, they're not welcoming. They're actually, to be honest with you, pretty rude if you say no to them. They will get, pretty either aggressive with you or shitty with you and then start talking about you in Thai to the other girls, thinking that you don't know what the insults are, which I find it funny. However, if you're the type of person that, can't blow that off, if you can't brush it off, it would bother you. And this whole thing about, Thailand was the land of smiles, it's not. It's not right now. Some places you go, like this little bar that I stop at down here on the beach, these guys are always friendly. But I can tell you, a lot of people have lost their zest for being friendly, welcoming, and smiling. That's for sure. It's really weird. And I know this is going to have an effect on a lot of people because honestly, I'm actually looking at different places to move to because Phuket is it's changed so much. It really has changed so much. And I've noticed in other areas, like up in Hua Hin, it wasn't like that. Over in Ao Nang, it's not like that. But here on Phuket, for some strange reason, it it's changed a lot. Now, speaking about social media, this is one thing that I truly believe is killing Thai tourism here. Yes, you've got some people up in Bangkok making fantastic content about coming here, how easy it is, what a great lifestyle you can have. But by the same token, there is so much negative shit on TikTok and Instagram and all of this social media stuff where you are seeing just constant, every single day, fights and people getting beat into comas. The violence here, to be honest with you, is insane. And it's always been like this, but now we're seeing more of it because of social media. I'm gonna tell you something. I have a Thai TikTok feed and a Thai Instagram feed, and every single day I'm seeing 2 and 3, sometimes 4 or 5 videos about these fights on Bangla Road or up in Pattaya where guys are being beat almost to death. You know, they're getting attacked by 7 or 8 different security guards and bouncers. Lady boys are coming in, you know, in droves and kicking the shit out of these people. There's one just a couple of weeks ago where the security guards were holding this guy up. He was down on the ground on his knees, completely, totally limp, and they're holding him up while lady boys were kicking him in the face repeatedly. It is absolutely insane, the level of violence here. And that's just the truth. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it because, oh, we don't want to smudge this or besmirch that. It's the fucking truth. It is brutal. I've been here now again for a month. I've been to Bangla Road once, and the one night I was there for about maybe an hour, and I saw 2 fights. One was absolutely brutal. The violence and just the sheer brutality of it. I fully understand that if you're going to go out, you're going to fuck around, you're going to find out. I get that. And anybody that goes and starts with a bar girl or anyone like that, you know, you deserve a slap. You don't deserve to be put in a fucking coma. And that's happening here all the time. Guys, I'll put some links to some incidences that you guys can go on and you can see what I'm talking about, the sheer brutality of it. And the more that that gets broadcasted out, the more that that's shared on social media, the less people are going to want to come here. This is why a lot of people are not going down to Bali, because of the craziness and the actions of the tourists down there. They're running around like a bunch of idiots. So guys like me, we're not going to Bali anymore, okay? And here, I don't want to go to Bangla Road most of the time because I know what's going to happen. It's just going to be fight after fight after fight. I had a friend of mine invite me to Pattaya last week, and I'm like, dude, I really don't want to go, especially when I see these videos and the brutality of them. Again, look, if you're being an asshole, you deserve a slap, okay? You don't deserve to be beat into a coma. I mean, that's... Am I wrong about that? I don't know. The driving here, guys, the driving is absolutely crazy. Even during low season, it is completely, totally scary. There's people dying all the time. And, you know, the police have started cracking down on people wearing helmets and having a driver's license, but there needs to be more than that. There needs to be cops that are out pulling people over who are driving like absolute idiots. And I hate to say it, listen, it's mostly the French Arabs that are driving like absolute morons. And there's a lot of Russians that are driving like fools. And, you know, you're not safe on a motorbike. You're not even safe walking the streets. I did a video a few weeks ago about that poor British guy that got smoked by the Russian couple on a great big ADV 750. And that poor guy's been in the hospital for almost 2 months now. $250,000 in hospital fees. His entire life is ruined. I don't know if the guy's ever going to be well again, but financially he's destroyed. And this is happening all the time. It's so funny because I did a video a few years ago talking about how crazy it is that Western women, for some strange reason, and I don't know why they do it, but they'll just walk right out in front of traffic. They'll put their arm out like this and just start walking out. They don't look, they don't care, they don't understand that these bikes are incredibly hard to stop, especially during rainy season when the road's a little bit wet. Google how long it takes to stop a motorcycle compared to a car, and there's people getting hit here every single day by motorcycles, and they're dying, they're going to they're being paralyzed. It's absolutely crazy. And again, the driving is nuts, it's insane, it's scary. I literally just did a 2,000 kilometer motorcycle tour off the island. I had no problems at all. It was unbelievably safe and calm and easy. I didn't actually have a close call until I got back to Phuket. Once I got back to Phuket, I almost got killed 5 minutes being on the island. So the driving doesn't help. My solution for this is quite simple. The rental companies should be like rental companies in most countries. If you have a driver's license and you have the proper motorcycle endorsement, yes, you can rent a motorbike. If you don't have one, you can't rent one. I've never been asked anytime I've ever rented a bike if I have a driver's license. Never been asked once. I've never even been asked if I can drive a motorbike. And I see people renting these bikes and they have no idea what they're doing. Just the other day, and I wish I could share this, but there's a copyright thing on it and I'm going to get a strike for it. There was a guy that rented a bike just down the road from my condo. He parked in front of a pharmacy. Luckily enough for this guy, it was in front of a pharmacy. He jumps on the bike, starts it up, revs it, thinking that it's going to go into reverse. He jumps the curb straight through the plate glass window. He cut himself so bad that there was literally blood everywhere. If you're queasy and you don't like, you would have passed. I'm going to tell you, the blood was everywhere. And it's been all over social media, this guy. And this happens all the time. There's so many people that have no clue, like these guys, how to ride a motorbike. And they're killing, maiming, and disabling people all of the time down here. And it's one of those things that if it keeps happening, people are going to stop coming. Look at what's going on down in Bali right now. In Bali, they're actually deporting people who are getting caught for speeding because so many people are being injured or even worse down in Bali because of these morons running around on these bikes that should not be driving bikes, period. And at some point, Thailand's going to have to do something about this. They're going to have to. And if you think I'm exaggerating about just how there's nobody here, check this out. This is the beach today at lunchtime, and the weather is fantastic. Yes, it's rainy season, but we've had some incredibly beautiful weather here. Yesterday was one of the nicest days I can possibly remember. But look at the beach. It's completely, totally dead. I will say this much. I think Thailand right now is being incredibly generous in their reporting of just how few Chinese visitors there are here. They're saying that Chinese tourism has dropped off by about 34%. I think it's probably double that. You don't see Chinese people here at all. The very few that you see they're pretty brave, I gotta tell you, because this whole thing with the trafficking and people being scammed and people being kidnapped, I actually did a video about it. This is all over Chinese social media. It's on Weibo, it's on Douyin, it's on WeChat. They talk about it all of the time. I have former clients in China who their family members are here in Thailand and they're reaching out to me asking, are they safe? You know, should we do this? Should we do that? Can you check in on them? They're seriously, honestly thinking about it. Also, I can tell you this much, and I don't want to be, I'm not being xenophobic or racist or anything like that, but there's no Indians here. Before, during rainy season, low season, this place would be crawling with Indians, and they're just not here. I don't know if it's again because the rupees really blow against the baht. I don't know if they're just, worried about all of the stuff that I'm talking about in this video, but typically during low season, this place is crawling with Indians and they're not here. I see some, but very, very few. I've talked to a lot of the bar girls and the freelancers and the massage girls I know, and they're like, wow, I even wish there was some Indians here because there's no business at all for anybody right now. It's insane. And yeah, I think you're looking at about 60 to 70% fewer Chinese. And I would say probably the numbers are pretty similar for the Indians as well. The tourism here reminds me, quite honestly, of when we first started opening up after COVID and we got into that whole sandbox thing. That's how dead it is here. I'll tell you how dead it is. I know some massage girls who can't even get jobs at massage shops, where they don't get a salary, they only make money from doing a massage. They can't even get hired at massage shops right now. Some of the hotels here, you would not believe it, but at Jung Salon, there's a hotel right inside Panera Hotel. 2 weeks ago, for 7 consecutive days, they had 1 guest. In a hotel that has 68 rooms, they had 1 guest. They maintained a staff of 13 to 17 people every day for 1 guest. I was talking to the manager of Panera last night, and she was telling me that over the past 4 days, they've had a grand total of 10 guests. It's crazy here. It is absolutely crazy how far tourism has dropped out. It's just went straight off a cliff. It honestly has. And again, there's a bunch of reasons for it. Internal, external, financial, fear, whatever it is, man, there's all kinds of reasons. Are there solutions? Man, I don't know. Like I said, hopefully the government can do something about the strong baht. They've got to do something about the violence. They really do. Like on Bangla, up in Pattaya, even in Bangkok, they got to do something about the violence. The visa situations, again, make them clearer, make them more understandable, make them easier to obtain, and come up with a social media visa. I think that's a fantastic solution. For the roads, again, make sure that people have a driver's license. I don't know too many countries that you can go and rent an automobile, a car, without a driver's license. Here in Thailand, I've never been, even when I've rented cars, I've never been asked to show a driver's license. Never even been asked if I can drive. The rest of it, man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I know this much. It has changed substantially. Again, it's not the land of smiles right now. And again, I don't know if it's because of the economic situation. I don't know if it's because people are having it so hard, but it's not as friendly. It's not as fun. And again, even me, the guy, Thailand's happiest hobo who talks about positively perfect Phuket, Thailand. I'm actually thinking about leaving Phuket because it's getting that bad and going someplace else, either in Thailand or possibly Cambodia or Vietnam. And that's a shame because I love this place. This has been my home for 5 years and it's changed that much. And it's not changing for the better, guys. Not at all. Anyways, I wish this was a more positive video, but it is what it is. I'd love to say I'm living my best life, but I'm obviously not. I'm going to get back to it today. I'm going to have an ice cold beer. I'm going to hang out with some friends tonight and see if I can swing this around. Till next time, guys, that was your man in the sand. Cheers. I do want to say something really, really quick, which I find absolutely hilarious because I'm down here on the beach right now and there's some really bad rip tides out here. And the poor lifeguards, you can hear once in a while, I got to turn the camera off because they're blowing the whistle because people are too stupid to listen and pay attention to where you can swim and where you can't swim. All down the beach, they have signs like red flags and stuff. Don't swim here, swim here. Yet people are so stupid, they're actually going to go out where the rip tides are. And every single week, there's somebody that drowns and dies here on Phuket, on Patong Beach. Seriously, it's every single week. If not close to every single day, someone is dying here, even during low season. So, yeah, that's really not a reason why people aren't coming. I had to throw that in because I'm sitting here and I have to keep shutting the video off because of the guy blowing the whistle. And again, it's because people are too stupid to swim where you're allowed to swim and not swim where you shouldn't be swimming.